Okay, so let's just take a moment here, letting those principles, the principle of the circle, everyone is equal. Just let that settle into your bones. It's everyone in the family is equal. The principle of the pause, slowing down, that I have a right to call a pause for myself. And that maybe even my calling a pause also supports the group. It's a gifting. Principle of eye, very frequent eye contact with those you love in groups that feel supportive, your family, your friends, even neighbors. Just knowing that loving eye contact supports the brain to heal, helps us to access that I know I am safe. Allowing the I statements of really committing, if we can and if we choose, that when I share an experience about myself, I use I statements. Which also requires us to slow down. Beautiful principle of contact, that there's a consciousness around coming in and out of contact with those I love, and also a need that I might have in receiving contact. Just letting that to come in and settle, land. Holding yourself as a newborn and in just being present to the profound sensitivity that the newborn comes in with. The profound sensitivity, their senses are so wide awake, open, that coming in and out of contact can be met with safe, present, loving touch. Just taking a breath into that. Just letting the field that's here to hold us offer you that, even resting into the field. Sacred confidentiality. We really, again, slowing down, in our day to day, we can get into speaking about without even being aware that that's happening, slowing down and feeling into how am I honoring sacred confidence to my loved ones, in myself. What happens in me when I know that The people around me are holding my journey and my heart in confidence. It's another layer of safety. Just drinking that in, that right now, this layer of safety is very much here for you. You can all lean back into that. To be authentic and real, and have that authenticity be honored. Just feeling in your cells the principle of magic and transformation. It's that we all come in with some experience of imprint, history that didn't feel good, didn't meet, didn't support. And yet there is magic and transformation. The brain can change itself. The body can let go into trust again, trust in its communion with the earth, connection with other. That's a big one. But in these groups, we get to experience that safe connection to other, so that the body gets to feel what it's like. So drinking that in, that magic and transformation is offered. Something much bigger than us comes to cradle, rock, and hold you. Just allowing breath to descend down into the belly. And just allow that quality of that magic to cradle, rock, and hold you. And to recognize that with enough love, consistent, reflective love, the nervous system repatterns back into that love. It's our birthright to be loved and to have felt love and to feel safe. So ultimately, this work is our birthright work. The permission to sit in our seat inside this temple of our body on earth and have it be honored. Have the expression of ourself be seen, validated, reflected. Just giving yourself, if you're touching your hands or your hands on the earth or your body, just wherever you are, if you can give yourself a little squeeze, like squeezing your hands or squeezing your legs. Just really touching yourself, letting your system know that you've brought yourself to this type of work because you really deeply care about yourself. And you want your system to know she is safe. As we would want any child, any adult to feel their birthright of wholeness, safety, love. So let yourself know by that squeeze, you're here. I'm here. And I love you. I deeply care. And this is what an attuned parent would do to and with their child. I'm here, I love you, and I deeply care. So we give that to ourselves. And we drink that in, we drink that love in. It's okay to drink in this love. It's safe right now. It's safe. If you can, just to bring, however you are, if you can bring your arms just so that you can give yourself a little squeeze. So it's like a little hug, self-hug. But I'm asking you to squeeze into your core. So just squeezing the arms, but see how that squeezes your core on either side of the heart. And feel that like extend out into the squeeze. Such a profound moment because children needed to be squeezed with safe contact. Oh my God, Ray was a master at squeezing. He gave the best squeezes. So just really let yourself feel the squeeze, breathing into the squeeze. Noticing how the nervous system responds to that squeeze. Noticing the low belly, the viscera and the vagal nerve pathway that goes down to your gut. Feel what happens as you squeeze. Things start to settle. You can do this any point in time through your day. All we need to do is remember. That's sometimes the hardest part. So just taking a moment now to just let the squeeze soften as it does. Knowing too, the right side of the body is the masculine, the left is the feminine. So you literally take your inner parent and you hold yourself. There's this mother-father energy within the self that cradles the heart in those squeezes. It's a beautiful gift. Just taking a few more breaths and just squeezing down the legs. Just really feeling your body here. Taking time to land into this group field again. Letting your system know we're going to transition back to the screen. And just before you do, take a good look around your room. Good look around your room. If you can look, if you're sitting, look all the way back behind you. Because the all the way back kind of opens up the psoas muscle. And the psoas muscle is another one of those nervous system muscles that need to know safety is here. So just a little like twist in the spine as you look and orient around you. Just slowly in your own time, we can come back to the room. Oh, these computers, we're spending so much time on them. There are real humans on the other side. There really are. We are real. All right, loves. So we have just half hour left. Gosh, I talked a lot that one. So we can just do little mini sessions if you wish. Anyone who wants to have some time to explore, process a piece. One thing I want to share is, when we do a titrated piece, meaning we take a drop of something and then we mix it into the holding of care and tenderness, that drop of what could be traumatic goes into the wholeness, the blueprint. We want to first hold the space for the intention, that which is wanting to be experienced in our life, in our body, in our heart. So the question would be around, how would your life look different if? And to really sit with that, instead of plunging into a trauma, we're going to really go into what's the blueprint calling you forward in? What do you most want? And then we'll take little pieces along the way of relevant history that might be coming in that, causes a tension pattern from that fully happening. But we do it with a lot of support. So I will slow you down a little if I feel like it's a bit coming out too much too fast, because nobody wants to get re-traumatized. That's not the point of this work. The point of this work is to heal the trauma. And the way of the cathartic releases that happened in the 70s, even some people still go through that now. It can be re-traumatizing. So here we're working on building resource, because our resourced nervous system has, and it's so amazing because we call it the window of tolerance. So the window of tolerance, as we grow our nervous system resource, the window of tolerance grows, meaning we don't flip over into fight, flight, or freeze, collapse. The window of tolerance says, I can stay and remain more neutral as this opens. And life can become easier day by day, moment by moment. It takes time to repattern, but the intention is that we're growing this window of tolerance. It's quite beautiful. In some areas of my life, my window of tolerance is like this. So I know I've got an imprint there. But as I touch that imprint and I help to allow myself have more space to feel the imprint, the window of tolerance grows bigger. And then we can't change the history. It happened. But we change our relationship to the history. And that's the work, is when we're growing this capacity to be with ourself, our emotions, our trauma, the window of tolerance grows. So that's our intention.